What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our UPA-D League Season 4 Week 5 match against JJ Gulls and the DC Umbreon. Pretty interesting matchup here. He brought a lot of stuff that I was really scared of, or he didn't bring a lot of stuff I was really scared of in team building, and he brought a lot of the stuff that I feel a little bit more comfortable dealing with on the team there. So let's just run through what he could have brought, I guess. So he could have brought Kyurem-Black, Deoxys-Defense, Mega Kangaskhan, Alomomola, all four of those came obviously. Bisharp, which I was scared of, but I brought prep for. Slurpuff, which I was really scared of, and didn't prep so hard for. Emboar, Rotom-Mow, which is Z, Z Scolipede, Steelix, Z Driftblim, Z Fearow. I wasn't expecting the Driftblim or the Fearow. Not seeing Steelix is a little bit nice because it means that I don't have to rely on Pelipper to actually do anything in this game. In fact, Rain doesn't look that good here at all. I'm really just bringing Rain to enable Swampert a little bit. That's pretty much it. Scolipede is a Pokemon that I was not necessarily prepared to deal with. Like a Rock Z set would have been really damn annoying for my Torn, but Torn could switch into it reasonably. Necrozma could punish it reasonably. Pelipper could punish it reasonably. So, yeah. All in all, I basically expected most of this. I'm not really sure what is going to be scarfed here, if anything. Probably the Kyurem-Black, but yeah, I'm just going to make the lead play and lead with my Hydreigon. If you haven't seen the team builder, you should check that out. I'm a Z Dark Pulse workup Hydreigon set, which is really fun. It's a really easy way to break through Deoxys-Defense because that mon is just really bad. But it still needs like something to be able to break through it. Dark Z is a nice way to break through Aloe as well, which is kind of why I'm bringing that. A Rocky Helmet defensive Necrozma for the Kangaskhan, as well as the Emboar, and that was pretty much it. It could punish other things too, but it was pretty much it. Conk, I'm a Flame Orb Guts set with Toxic 3 attacks. Torn, I'm a Leftovers Bulk Up Fly set, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how well that's going to do for me necessarily. Pelipper's a Wikiberry set, pretty standard Pelipper set, and I'm a sub Power Up Punch Mega Swampert with no Water Stab because I don't need it. And yeah, so hopping into things here, I'm just going to lead with Hydra. Matches up really well against anything he wants to lead with, to be honest, bar Kangaskhan, which I just go hard Necrozma on anyways. So I'm just going to lead Hydra as he's actually going to lead Dio. I thought that this matched up really well for me. Pretty free workup for me turn 1. I thought he might actually switch out and preserve this, but he's just going to go for the rocks. And then I'm going to Z-move turn 2 and just take out the Deoxys. If he was like max Spadef, then regular Dark Z wouldn't have killed it. But since I'm +1, I can drop a Draco the turn after I kill the Deoxys anyways. If he was Colbur or something, then I think I killed through Colbur at +1. So that was the idea behind workup. He brings in the Emboar here, obviously trying to bait that it's Scarf, but I'm not buying it, and I'm just going to drop a Draco and kill the Emboar. So turn 3, we've taken out two Pokemon on his side. Unfortunately for me, this results in me being a -1 Hydra, and so I'm going to make some really stupid plays here, and I'm going to try and Dark Pulse flinch this Kangaskhan down as he goes for Power Up Punch, and I'm doing absolutely nothing. So that was actually a really bad play on my part. This turn in particular was really bad on my part. Because he went for both Power Up Punches, my better play would have been to just go Necrozma right away, instead of trying to flinch this thing to death with my Hydra. I figured I would probably outspeed because I'm speed creeping a Kyurem-Black, and Kangaskhan doesn't really run max speed all that much. He doesn't really have a reason to outspeed Hydra if he's going to expect it to be a choice set, especially choice Scarfed to revenge kill like Scarf Kyurem-Black. So yeah, Necrozma was definitely the play. I could have saved a lot of health on Hydra, which still has a lot of utility. I can set up on Alomomola. If the Kyurem-Black isn't Scarfed, then I can revenge kill that, and I can set up on Rotom-Mow, which also can't really touch me. So Hydra had a really amazing matchup, especially after killing Emboar. And this was a choke on my part. I am actually going to flinch him the next turn with Dark Pulse, and I'm going to try and flinch him to death again, but it's not going to work out for me, and I'm going to die to the Drain Punch. So JJ's going to get some health back there on the Kangaskhan, which really sucks too. I had to safely do that because otherwise Necrozma wasn't going to be able to come in for free in quotations. I'm going to drop a Toxic on this because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that later. So he chose the Secret Power. I expected Secret Power over like Return or something like that because it doesn't make contact. And Kangaskhan is like the most splashable Pokemon to like put Rocky Helmet on for. So my Rocky Helmet's not going to proc. It would have procced on both of the Power Up Punch hits, and I would have been dealing. I would have been sitting in a much better spot because then I could have either clicked Psychic against the Kang or clicked Toxic again and punished the Kangaskhan with Necrozma, and then come in with like a Hydra that wasn't -1 special attack and dropped a Draco and killed this thing. Unless it's got Sucker Punch for some reason, but I doubt that +2 Sucker Punch would have killed me after rocks. So, yeah, either way, I'm going to bring in Conk here. It can revenge kill this with Mach Punch. You know, the way that he played turn 2 and 3, I thought he might not switch out, but he's going to go into the Aloe there. Rocky Helmet Aloe is really annoying for me. He's going to wear me down with my own burn damage, and I'm going to go for some Drain Punches, but I'm not getting that much health back because he's like fully physically defensive Aloe. What I'm going to do here on his Wish Protect is click on Drain Punch again because I'm predicting him to try and pass it into the Kangaskhan. And then I'm going to go for Toxic this time on the Aloe. My Conk's getting worn down pretty heavily, though. And I'm just going to go for another Drain Punch, as he's going to Scald this turn, I believe. Yeah. So Scald's obviously not doing a lot. You know, this Aloe can 1v1 my Conk for a while. Facade is probably my better play most of the time, but it'd be nice to get health back against this. So eventually I'm just going to say screw that and go into Torn, as he's going to pass up a Wish. And I'm going to click U-turn, because I don't want to deal with whatever's coming in on the Wish, or I can at least taunt the Aloe. We catch the Kyurem. Catch is a word that I shouldn't use lightly, but yeah. The only thing I really had to switch into Kyurem now that I don't have a way to revenge kill it later, I really have to go Swampert here and hope that he's not like Life Orb HP Grass. Life Orb HP Grass will kill me, so that's really scary. But I'm going to risk it, and I'm going to go for a sub here on his switch into Rotom-Mow, which is really cool that I caught this. And then I'm going to Ice Punch him, because I'm running Ice Punch, Earthquake, Power Up Punch. He turns over to Yachi Berry, and he's actually like fully physically defensive Yachi Berry, or he's like max HP at the very least with Yachi. Unfortunately for him, he misses the Leaf Storm. That actually really sucks. It's going to cost him some differential here. At least 2 kills, basically, because it means my Swampert's going to be able to pick off the Rotom with Ice Punch into Power Up Punch. And a +1 Swampert is a ginormous threat to his team, because obviously I can just like sub up on the Aloe, and it can't really do much to me. But Kangaskhan's going to come in and is going to get the paralysis with Secret Power. It really didn't. The para doesn't matter, because Kyurem-Black can just revenge kill me now with Ice Beam. So I'm sitting in a pretty bad spot because Kyurem-Black kind of just beats down everything that I have left. I've sort of decided to scout and see if he's going to be Scarfed or not based on this. So I have no intel on what set this is other than it's not Life Orb now, and I know it can't be a Z user because it's not a Z user on the team. But it could be Scarfed still, it could be Specs, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to go into Pelipper. If it's Scarfed, then I'll live the Ice Beam, and it turns out to not be Scarfed because I just died of the Fusion Bolt here. So I sack Pelipper for nothing, basically, and go into my Torn. I'm going to click Fly, dodge the Ice Beam. Doesn't really matter. I'm locked into Fly now. He could have also gone Aloe on this turn, but I don't do quite enough damage to this Kyurem to be relevant at all. And my Conk, I actually have to max roll this Kyurem with my Conk. I can 1v1 the Aloe as long as Rain's not up if I did max roll that, but it was looking pretty poor there. I obviously didn't get even close to a max roll in the Kyurem, and so we're just going to take the 2-0 loss. Kind of fitting into the pattern here. We lost week 1 2-0, we lost week 3 2-0, and then we lose week 5 2-0. We'll see if that pattern sort of keeps up. This was definitely a winnable game for me. I think I misplayed pretty hard with the Hydreigon, and I should have just gone Necrozma on the Kangaskhan in the first place. That was the game plan. I didn't really stick to it, so pretty unfortunate there on my end. Other than that, I played the early game pretty well before the Kangaskhan came in. You know, my Hydra set was a gigantic threat to him, and it outsped his entire team, which I was not expecting out of preview. I think the Swampert set put in more work than I expected it to as well. Rain wasn't really necessary at all for it, so Pelipper was probably maybe not the bring this game, and maybe Scizor would have been more beneficial. I can imagine the Kyurem-Black probably had HP Fire for that, but Scizor would have been a little bit better to take on the Rotom-Mow. I would have been able to revenge kill the Kangaskhan from a higher amount of health, although it probably had Fire Punch. Yeah, so I'm kind of regretting not bringing Scizor. I was definitely considering Scizor over like Pelipper, but I just brought Pelipper to hit stuff. I don't really understand why I brought Pelipper. At the end of the day, it was kind of just a weird thing in prep where I brought Pelipper just to enable Mega Pert, but it didn't need the rain this week, so not entirely sure about that. Anyways, that is going to be it for our Week 5 match against JJ and the DC Umbreon. We take on Leo and the Mexico City Wallbreakers next week. He's got an interesting Megazam Zera team. He sniped Zera from me. Well, I was going to take Zera when it came back to me, but Leo was the wheel and he took Zera. He took Zera on the wheel, so Yeah, I was planning a rain team around Zeratorn, but it got taken, so we'll sort of see how well that match goes. He's got a few different answers to rain on his team that are pretty scary, but yeah. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll catch you guys for week 6.